We're live.
We're live on week 38. Thank you and welcome.
Yeah, welcome. It's getting hot and sticky here in El Salvador. So
Yep.
yes.
Please like it,
Yeah.
share it. Let's get some traction. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. A few things to start with. Today, last week we went to the meetups at My First Bitcoin and Bitcoin Beach, and we really enjoy those. Met a whole new people, which was awesome. Catch up with some regulars. And we got I'm just going to cover that up. We got a Bit Refill $5 giveaway. And what we're going to do is we're going to give this away to somebody. Mm-hmm. So I'll mention it again going through, but if you want to send us a DM on Twitter, or if you can contact us at our email, which is basically just our email, our username at gmail.com, send us a quick message. We'll give it away today if we get a message from somebody. Also, if you want to use Bit Refill, there is a link down on the bottom. And it's basically a gift card service where you buy stuff with Bitcoin and then you redeem it. So, for example, we do our mobile phones and our internet provider, and there's a whole heap of other stuff like Uber Eats, hotels, all sorts of stuff like that.
Yeah. And hopefully there will be Del's there.
Yes.
Soon. But it's actually all around the world. So Bit Refill is in supposedly every country.
It's global.
So,
which is awesome, because Bitcoin's global.
Yeah. So if you're wanting to sort of start using your Bitcoin in other countries and sort of getting onto the Lightning Network, then this is a great way to do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sats shout out. Man, wow. Thank you to everybody last week. Like, it was so awesome. A few guys started a really crazy, like, here's some sats for coffee. And we got 2 massive 8,000 sat tips, which was awesome. And then right after the call, someone sent 70,000 sats, which is $20. And thank you. Like, that was really generous. We really appreciate it. Thank you for that. And there was our classic follower sending leet sats or 1,337 sats. I love it. It's so good. Someone sent 500 sats, which is awesome, and 17,000 sats, which ended up being about $5, which is super cool. Yeah. It's great to see people using Lightning Network. Like, we love this. It's so cool. So thank you to all the people that send those. I've been playing with some really cool Zap stuff. So see that Zap address up there. I've actually made it so people can zap our domain name. So if you zap at njelsalvador.com, we get sats. So if you use a wallet of Satoshi, for example, you can zap ZAP at njelsalvador.com, and it's now a Lightning address, which is super cool.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Okay. Newsletter?
Yep, our newsletter. There's a link down below. Please sign up. That is a great way to go in the draw to win a free call with us. Quite popular at the moment. Well, not our free ones, but the paid ones. Yep. People basically ask us a whole heap of questions about life in El Salvador, what we think's happening, all sorts of super useful information. And that actually is part of our ebook package and video call package. And it's going quite well at the moment.
Yes.
We've had quite a few people come in and paying us value for value. So we're sharing all the information, our network, our contacts, and people are just like, wow, I didn't think of all these things. And it's like, yeah.
And I also think that it's just showing how many people are looking at moving to El Salvador at the moment. There's just so many. It's amazing.
Yeah. It's super cool. There's a lot of interest in El Salvador, what Bukele is doing. There's a lot of business interest. We had a young guy contact us, and he's like, I want to come down, I want to start a business. And it was really exciting. So super cool.
All right. Monday. So early morning start with some breath work. We're into it. Breath work and yoga. And then, of course, we have our normal Monday. It feels a bit Groundhog-ish Mondays. It's just one of those days where we have a lot of client work, as well as we have to prep for our lovely weekly live, and our newsletter. We managed to get into the pool and have a swim. And we had our weekly live last week, which was really good. It was a great weekly live. Yeah, it was great. It
was awesome. We really enjoyed it.
So that was great. So that was Monday.
Tuesday, we started with some breath work, and then we had client work. So that's largely me. And then Owen came around from Beef Back Better, and we actually hung out together and did some work together. Kicked around his new product idea on the website, which was really good. He's got a new package coming out, and he's a Bitcoin-only business here in El Salvador. which is really cool.
Yes.
If you want beef, beefbackbetter.com.
He bought some beef bones around, so I was straight on making some
Beef broth.
Which is really good. So there's actually a picture somewhere it will come up of the bones in the pot.
Yep. We then had, so keep an eye out on our photos up here. Oh, there's a tarantula.
Yeah.
Cool. One of my friends in New Zealand who owns a business, they said, hey, we would like to look at accepting Bitcoin payments for some of our work. How do we do that? So we actually sat down on a video call and went through some options. His main thing was he wanted to know how to invoice people in a professional way and offer a Bitcoin payment on the bottom of the invoice. So I've got a few platforms which I'm playing with, and he's going to test them out. One is actually a Salvadoran company, but one of the features isn't quite working. I really hope that's going to be fixed soon. I've got one in the USA who's pushing really hard to do some cool stuff. So if anybody's interested in that, get in touch. I really want to make content about that. I'm just not there yet. Then we went to the beach for a swim, which was cool. Nicki worked on the YouTube video, which went out later in the week. You did. And if you haven't watched it, you'll get to find out soon. And this is when I worked on the Zap emails. And in particular, so I actually set up njes@njelsalvador.com. So I'm going to come back to this. If you want to win this, you can email us at njes@njelsalvador.com, which is an email address and a Zap address, which is really cool. And then we worked on our direction for adoption. So one of our things that we talk about a lot is adoption here in El Salvador. Well, not just El Salvador, but the world. Yeah. Because we believe that people want a better life and that Bitcoin can help that.
Absolutely. And we're, really focused on the ground up and really working from the ground up and helping people with their Bitcoin adoption.
Yes.
So, Okay, Wednesday. So again, it was yoga and breath work. So that was always a great way to start our morning. Then we had one of our neighbours, David De Silva. He popped in because they haven't got any internet at the moment. So he came.
Are they still out?
Still out.
Oh, my. Oh, I know. Wow.
So they're still out. Yeah, so they came in on Wednesday and they're still not working. So he came and hung out and worked here on, and you sort of helped him with a bit of his project as well. He got stuck on a few things.
WordPress. He happens to be running the same software we are, which is WordPress and Divi theme, and I managed to be able to help out with a couple of little things on there, which is cool.
That's cool. You contacted or were in contact with Vita Page for the custom domains apps.
Yes.
So you got stuck into that, which is awesome.
Pushing the boundaries.
Yep.
Yes.
Did some retweets. So one was the Bitwage tweet. We had some retweets, which was good. So Bitwage retweeted us.
Oh. So they captioned last week's video and retweeted it, which was really cool. Thank you, Bitwage. That was awesome.
Yeah, and then retweeted Speed. Speed retweeted and tested Chop plugin.
Yeah, so we're all about trying to get e-commerce sites up and running. And I've got a couple of really good plugins. And there's a new company that I'm working with, which I have tested it this week. And there's errors being thrown still. So I need to send them a detailed doodaddy message.
And I suppose one of the big things is James says he works on all these new projects that are coming out that are going to help people adopt the Bitcoin Lightning and look at different ways of getting paid in Bitcoin. And he puts a lot of value into these companies to increase the awareness of adoption, which is really awesome. And there's so many amazing ideas that people are coming up with. Yeah. And they just need people to sort of action it and work it and see if it works. And that's one of the things that James does off his own back. Yeah, he's just doing it, which is awesome. We got to swim in the pool, which was really good, and then we did my first Bitcoin diploma. So we did week 8 last week. Yeah, we're on week 9 this week. It's only this week and next week is our last week on my first Bitcoin diploma. It's been really, really interesting. It's been a bit of a download of a lot of stuff that's so much more than just Bitcoin. I mean, you know what I mean? It's still Bitcoin, but there's so many layers of Bitcoin. It's really interesting. So that was really good to get into that. And we were what we were doing was all about the miners and what they do last week. And I'm not sure what week 9 is. I haven't looked into it yet.
So I think what's quite interesting about My First Bitcoin, and it's all in a playlist on, at the moment you can go to our website and you can get to the playlist, but on our YouTube channel there's a playlist with all of the weeks, so you can go through it with us. But we were talking to somebody about how in-depth it is. And the point is that they do call it a diploma. And the point isn't to learn how to do a Bitcoin transaction. The point is to understand why Bitcoin is important, how Bitcoin works, and how Bitcoin protects your value when you hold it. And this is some amazing technology which has pulled together a whole heap of things, largely encryption, which is pretty full on. Like, it's pretty nerdy, but they break down what encryption is in a really basic way to help people understand and know why Bitcoin is a safe asset to be holding.
Absolutely. And I think it's one of those things that if you're going to start putting your money, or you're going to start taking control of your money or your finances, then you can't just go, oh yeah, Bitcoin, this is what I'm going to do. You really do need to understand it. It's really important that you actually understand what you're doing.
Yes.
And what it all is. I mean, otherwise it could be some Ponzi scheme. So
and it's so cool. We've gone on a bit of a tangent, but I love it. I want to mention what Nicki just said there, because a lot of people don't actually understand how the fiat currency system works. They just put faith that it's good and it works.
Because we've been told that it's good. It's what it is.
And it's not ripping them off.
Yeah.
And if you're to adopt a new technology, or especially money, which is so vital, looking at why a different money is a better option is great. A lot of people just want it to work like a light switch. You just want to flick that light switch on and off and power comes in. And that's how people want their money to work. But understanding why that works is actually quite important for the global adoption.
Absolutely. Right.
Yeah. All right.
Carry on.
Like and share, please. It helps us. It gets the word out there. Appreciate you guys watching. Ask any questions in the chat.
And we will answer those at the end.
Yes, we will. Anyone who's just tuned in, we're going to give away a $5 bit refill top-up voucher, which was given to us at the Bitcoin Beach meetup this week. Message us at njes@njelsalvador.com, or go on our Twitter, send me a DM. I'm going to pick a random person, so do that. All right, Thursday, let's do it. I had a whole heap of work meetings, and then I worked on Zap emails again. Like
Zap.
that one up there.
That was James's famous words this week. Zap.
Yes. I'm going to zap that email address. So you can zap njes@njelsalvador.com. Why this is cool, because you can go and buy a domain name and turn it into a private zappable address, which means you can send money to an email address now. Not just mail, but money and mail. I mean, it's so much cooler. Yes. Then we had lunch. And we had an early lunch because we were going up to San Salvador.
Yep, sorry, yes.
That's all right. To look at helping a company integrate Lightning transactions into their website. Not just that, they actually wanted a full-blown e-commerce site. So it was pretty full on, like 200 products, a lot of orders each week. And I was just like, wow, okay, that's quite an intense site. So I'm definitely going to get back to them on certain factors. We went shopping. We bought a couple of things which we needed for projects, which was great. So we met these other people at Starbucks, and not because we wanted to be at Starbucks, but what ended up happening was we had a great conversation with the staff about paying with Bitcoin. And they, of course, weren't used to it. So we went through the whole process if they had to go charge the device and all of these things, but it was an opportunity to talk about it and talk to the staff about their personal experience, which is really cool. And a chance to practice our Spanish, which is awesome. Then we went to PriceSmart, where paying with Bitcoin is super easy now. It actually takes them longer to walk away and get the point of sale system and come back than it does to do the payment. So we now zap them through the strike option on the payment, because unfortunately the Athena option is unreliable. Athena, we need to have a chat.
Have you taken that a little note there, Athena?
Are you listening?
Yes.
All right. Walmart, it was funny because we actually had one of our friends with us on this trip. They wanted to come to the My First Bitcoin, but we said we're going early. And they were like, "Oh, Walmart, like that you can pay Bitcoin here." I'm like, "You ask them,
Yeah.
see how that goes." And it was quite a funny experience watching a friend ask what was going on and seeing the response. It was quite good.
Yeah.
For our entertainment.
Yes.
And then we went to my first Bitcoin meetup at Cadejo Brewery Restaurant, which was really good. We expected to pay with Bitcoin, and what ended up happening was when they split a bill, they don't allow it to be split using Bitcoin. It has to be split using cash or a credit card. So if you're paying your bill in full, you can pay it with Bitcoin. And I believe that's actually with the IBEX thing. So the Cadejo Brewery Restaurants is a big chain around El Salvador. They have great environment, really sort of, what would you call it, upper class pub food?
Yeah.
Meals, good atmosphere. They're all over the country. Recommended. You can pay with Bitcoin, which is great. We love that. It was a great night.
Yeah, it was. And at 4:00 on Thursday, which wasn't in the notes, our latest YouTube went live, and it was a long format interview with Owen from Beef Back Better. And it's just him telling his story, how he got into sourcing grass-fed beef here in El Salvador, how he's managed to set up his company, and just how businesses are here in El Salvador and how he's found it, which is really good. And so it is long, but it's well worth listening to. Owen's got some really good information. He's really set up a great company here, and it's awesome. Yeah,
a lot of the comments on the video have been very positive too. Like a lot of people have been like, "Wow, I wasn't expecting to learn this much about cattle farming in El Salvador." Yeah. So a lot of people have enjoyed it because farming is actually quite a big topic. It's an industry that's sort of regressed here a lot, and it's having a comeback now. And a lot of people are worried about where their food comes from. So it was quite interesting for a lot of people to hear what Owen has learned about the local farming industry. Yeah, absolutely. So it's on our YouTube channel. So if you're tuned in, go check it out after this.
Yep. And make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already too.
Yes, please.
Okay, Friday morning, yoga. Then James had some client work as well as working on his own project. So James has also got a project in the background he's working on. So he's been getting focused on that. I started calling it homesteading. I sort of got stuck in the kitchen doing stuff because we had all these beef bones and things that we needed to sort out. So I spent most of the morning just doing the stuff around here, which was good. Actually, it was quite fun. Then I actually had a call with, I know you may remember, we've talked about Liam and Mel quite a bit, who were a New Zealand and Danish couple. Now, I actually had a call with Liam regarding on how to use your brain correctly and start living a life of success. And it was really good doing that. He sent a great email back, which I haven't responded to, but it's just about the points of how to change from your thinking brain to start working in your creative brain. And yeah, just really good, really, really interesting. And it's a stepping into a sort of new way of life, a new way of living, new way of thinking. I'm excited about working through this.
If you would like to know more about Liam, go to njelsalvador.com/books. Down the bottom, his book is the Should I Buy Bitcoin? Why Should I Buy Bitcoin? I can't remember the exact name, but you'll know when you see it down the bottom. And you'll see Liam's name. And he's also got a great podcast. And you can listen to that on Fountain FM. So you can buy his book or you can listen to his podcast for free and learn more about what Liam does because it is awesome stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Then we also had a call with Blake from MASH. Great, exciting stuff coming with MASH. Really cool what they're doing and their projects they're working on. So we're really excited to start integrating that into what we do here in El Salvador, what we do on our YouTube, on our lives. It is. So watch the space.
They've got a poll feature. So get your Lightning wallets ready. We want to do a poll with you guys and put it. We need to learn how to put it somewhere. Yes. So you can zap it.
And I think one of the wonderful things is we're coming up, or we're working with all these different companies, and what we're doing is we're showing it to everybody, and you can then interact it in your own, and use it for your own services or your own products. We're sort of trying to get the chain reaction started. And so you know, if it's something that you're interested in, go, oh wow, how do we do that? We can either help you, or we can put you in the right people, right? You know, send you to the right people. And I think it's just exciting. There's just so many things happening.
Yeah.
I was actually, I was talking to my sister about it, and she was going, oh wow, there's actually stuff happening. You know, she was quite surprised. So this is New Zealand. Okay, and then we headed to the Bitcoin Beach meetup. So, what a big day. So, yeah, Bitcoin Beach meetup. So, we had double back-to-back Bitcoin meetups. And Friday was the Palo Verde Bitcoin Beach meetup. And it was chocker. There was so many new people. We got there, I thought, was in good time. And the tables were full. So, we actually had to go downstairs. But there ended up being a huge big overflow. So, we sort of had a downstairs dinner party.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
It was so full. It's testament to how many people are coming. And yeah, we were impressed. Like, it was the first time we haven't been able to sit down upstairs.
Yeah.
We accidentally arrived not even that late, 15, 20 minutes late.
I don't know. Yeah.
Well,
anyway.
It wasn't late.
No, they hadn't started.
No, it hadn't started. No. And yeah, we were like, wow, standing room only.
Yeah.
We're hungry.
Yeah, so we went downstairs to get some food. Yeah.
And we paid with Bitcoin.
We did.
And what's awesome about that one is they give it's at Palo Verde, and they give a 20% discount at that event when you pay with Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Which is super cool.
Saturday.
I'm actually going to throw out, this is the seed signer device. And the reason I'm going to throw this out is I actually had to play with this week. I think it was earlier in the week. I forget which day. I was blown away by how easy this was to set up. Because we've played with some other hardware wallets, and just getting the firmware up to date has been frustrating and difficult. I set this up, I was playing with it, and I'm like, wow, this is pretty easy and cool. So that is an honest, I haven't been paid to say that. We bought this. This is off our own back, this one. Yeah, seed sign. There you go. There's the logo. That is an honest reaction that getting this set up as a hardware wallet was a piece of cake, and it was actually quite fun. Yeah. So anyway, not just because it's orange. Saturday, early morning start to look at properties with Owen. So we got up early, had a good breakfast, and jumped in the car. Yeah. Went up the hill.
We did.
So we had to look at 3 different places, and we're actually putting together video content on looking at the properties. So if you haven't already, we do have a property page with an interview and a basic tour of 3 properties in San Diego.
Yes.
If you go to I love it. There's a description down below /property, njelsalvador.com/property. You can check out an interview if you want to get a mortgage here, and also look at some of the properties that we've looked at. But we're looking at land now, and we've taken some video footage, which we're excited to.
There's another photo there. That's one of the properties we looked at.
Look at that view. Vista. Oh, it's amazing. Buena Vista. All right. But check it out and look forward to that, because it's going to be, we meet some amazing people.
Oh, they're just gorgeous. Yeah. They're so gorgeous. It's just, it's real old farmers. You know, it's just been amazing chatting to them and attempting to talk to them and seeing the properties. Yeah. Which is great. And
it's actually me on the back of the ute, Salvadoran style. Yeah. All right. So we did that, and we stopped for lunch in San Juan, and we paid. No, we didn't pay with Bitcoin.
Oh, you told me we did.
No. Oh, sorry. I made a mistake. I tried to pay with Bitcoin. So we talked to did we?
Yeah, you said we did.
Oh, I did too. Yeah. Oh, sorry. My mistake. I did pay with Bitcoin. So this was, there was a young guy who was the owner, and his mother was the head chef, I guess. Yeah. And we had a great chicken lunch. I think, is there a photo?
Yeah, there's a photo of the chicken lunch.
All right, we had a great lunch, and I went up to have a chat to the guy. His English was amazing, so I practiced my Spanish, and he just spoke normal English to me. But we ended up paying for lunch with Bitcoin. Yeah. And the price was so good that we got a message from the people that were there saying we had apparently accidentally paid for their meal. And we paid less than what we pay for a lot of other meals.
So there was we paid for 6 meals for $21.
Yeah, which is also pretty cool, because 21.
And there is a photo. There is a photo of the chicken somewhere. Yeah.
So that was also, it was a really good quality meal. We then great friends who are speaking with online for over 1 year. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Then we also went for a coffee. We went and got a coffee.
Oh, we also got a coffee
at a different place, which you'll see a photo as well.
Yes.
That will come up. And they also accepted Bitcoin. There was a young couple who were running a little coffee bar.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was cool.
Yeah.
I think it's the chicken meal. Doesn't look great there, but it was great. What is it? Pollo a la plancha.
Yeah.
Really good. Great. Then we have some friends who have moved their lives from Australia over here for a bit. And they finally arrived on Saturday, which is amazing. Yeah. So they've arrived. They're checking it out. They are literally down the road and from us. They're like 3 houses over.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
And we've been talking to them. We had not met them in person. We've been talking to them for over a year.
Yeah.
On the video calls, and it's just so cool seeing them. It's really great. Yeah.
I mean, this is testament to. I mean, people like this are why we created an ebook, because we were talking to them and we're putting down all this information we're learning, and basically it was like we should turn this into an ebook because that information is so helpful. And even today, like 1 year later, after knowing them, I think we had a quick chat this morning, and he was asking me questions about contracts and bits and pieces here in El Salvador, and it's like, yeah, that looks good. Ask about this, this, and this, but otherwise, it's all pretty legit. You've got a good thing, so that's good. And then, man, we've had such a busy weekend. We then had Node Night. So we went to our awesome friends, Tom and Nancy, who have an awesome house here. Like they own their house here, which is sweet. And we got on a call with our friend in Texas, and we basically talked about nerdy Node stuff. And we ended up setting up external channels on our Node. So we now have a 3-way triangle between the 3 of us, and we've all gone and created a channel out as well. And now we're learning about that. So it's really cool. For anyone who's interested, we use Umbrella Node, which is super cool. And then we got home quite late. But
we did. But Nancy used some of Beef Back Better's mince and cooked an amazing meal.
Yes.
It was really good.
I don't know the name of it. It was some flash name.
And it feels like you're back in a Western country.
Yeah. Nancy's an amazing cook.
Yes.
Chef and baker. She bakes pies. She brought the pie around for my birthday. It was amazing.
All right. Sunday. Okay. So because we missed out on getting to the Mercados, we had to get out and get to do a Mercado trip. We were pretty knackered. Back-to-back Bitcoin meetups are quite hard. Well, I find them quite hard, especially going up to the city and then the town, the beach one. And we were really tired, so we ended up having a day of actually catching up around the house, and also talking strategy planning for future opportunities here in El Salvador, which was quite interesting. I had some Beef Back Better's tallow fat, whatever you want to call it. So I've been purifying that. So that's been an interesting, very messy, smelly job, but we're getting there. It's nearly done.
Pretty full on.
We decided to go to the gym. First time in a while. We got to the gym.
I'm sore today.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, good. I am. Yeah. It's going to be painful tomorrow. 2 days is normally how long it takes before the pain kicks in.
Yeah. And then we had an early night, which was really lovely.
Yeah. That was awesome.
So that was our week. All right.
That was it. So we are now going to answer your questions in the chat, wherever the chat is for you guys. So if you have one, please ask it now. We basically do short form. Thank you for tuning in. And as I mentioned, we're going to give away a $5 Bit Refill gift card top up. There's a link to Bit Refill down the bottom. If you don't have one already, you can get a $5 discount when you sign up with them for the first time. They're basically a gift card service. We top up our mobile phones with them. We also pay our internet bill, hopefully our power bill again in the future really soon. You can also do Uber Eats, and the global.
Yeah.
Email us or DM us on Twitter. I'm going to give it away to one lucky person today.
Okay. And then we've had El Toro C. Bucano. Hello there. I'll be listening and working. Thanks. Hi, El Toro. Great that you can multitask like that. It's awesome.
Yes. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in.
And then we got Integral and Tell. Great work, folks. Appreciate you. Thank you. We appreciate that. if there's any feedback you guys have, feel free to let us know, because we're always looking to improve it. For example, these photos were feedback from Matt at My First Bitcoin Landing Spot. The price down the bottom there, the Bitcoin price that you see, that's feedback from John Byrne, who I believe is in the chat there.
Yeah,
Welcome, John. Great to see you again.
He's got, thank you, beautiful people.
Awesome.
Thanks, John.
And this little timeline of where we are in our video, this was from my brother in Japan. He was like, hey, I need to know where you're at in the video. So this timeline is that convenient thing. So if you have feedback on content, on things you'd like to see on the video, let us know. We'll update it as best we can.
Right, Wesley Drake, glad to hear Palo Verde accepting Bitcoin again. Stayed last summer to experience how Bitcoin is used in El Salvador. Was disappointed that I couldn't even pay for my surfboard rental with Bitcoin. Yep, well, you definitely can accept Bitcoin there now. He's very pro Bitcoin, so that's good.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Bitcoin Beach, had a chat to him, and I understand that it took a little bit to sort of get everybody on the same page, but they are now. I mean, he's like, we've met Kalio, and we like every time we see him there, he's super friendly. What was I going to say about that? He's been so busy setting that place up, and he's just done an official opening. What was it, last month? Yeah, I think. So I appreciate that he wasn't accepting it when you first went, but he was still like a soft opening. He was still getting things sorted, and it's super exciting that people come back round when they have headspace and they take another look at it, and we really appreciate that they did that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that's all. We've got nothing on Rumble, so yep. All
right.
I think that's
it. That's largely it. So
I think one of the things we need to remind people is we do have the My First Bitcoin Diploma week 9. So we're nearly finished that, and that's going to be this Wednesday. Just also thank you to our partners who have helped. What they've done is they've actually created some giveaways for people who have registered for the diploma. And that is CryptoTag and Seed Signer and
Shift Crypto with the Bitbox 02.
So they are, there we go. So they're 3 hardware devices that we will be giving away. They're going to be couriering them or sending them to you direct from their place. Okay, so that's just awesome that we've got these 3 partners that have come in and helped out to just make it more interesting for you, giving you a chance to actually have some of these tools.
Yes. So thank you to the person who just zapped us 2,100 sats. That is awesome. You. 21. Love it. 2,100 sats. That's so cool. I love all these magic numbers that you can message, and it's like so much more exciting.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's cool. But that's the power of it. Like someone's just zapped us money internationally, just direct. It's so cool. It's super cool.
It is.
What else were we about to talk about then?
I talked about the My First Bitcoin. Make sure you sign up for our newsletter if you haven't already.
Because today, we're going to give away a free call.
So there will be an email address. An email will be going out to all our subscribers, and they will get lucky person will get a free call to chat with us if they wish to chat with us and ask us about El Salvador, Bitcoin.
Just hang out.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. So,
cool.
That's good.
Alrighty.
Okay. That's us.
I think it's us. And it's a good 35-minute call. We appreciate you guys coming along to say hello and hang out with us. Remember, you got a few minutes before I check my emails and DMs to see who I'm going to pick for this Bit Refill giveaway that we got today. And we look forward to seeing you guys next week.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and that's it.
And as James said, make sure you practice lightning.
Yes.
And even try and zap some people.
Yes.
And if you want to know how to set up a zap lightning address or email address, contact James.
It's like personal domain names. We're now working on personal domain names. All right. Thank you very much. We'll see you later.
Bye.